Hi there, and we're just going to get right into it. This is a very old spread, unfortunately, but as you can see, I'm playing with some stuff, mainly my layout, and adding this hourly little tracker thing. And as you can probably guess, when I start playing with layouts and my inserts, that means it's time for a change. So this will actually be the last plan with me of this style in my personal planner, at least until maybe late December, I think. Which isn't to say that this isn't a beautiful spread, because I really enjoyed this kit from Plannerface on Etsy, but it's more like it's just not serving my purposes anymore, because there are a lot of little things I need to keep track of. And remember at the beginning of this quarter when I complained that the Happy Planner was just too much for me? Yeah, I think it's actually going to work right now. So the current week that I'm in, which is Thanksgiving week if you're in the US, I went back to my Happy Planner, and there will be a video up of that shortly. But let's get into this. I really like kits. I bought a whole bunch of kits right before school started, and thinking that it would be the simpler version of planning, where I could still have things all pretty and set, but the collection would already be curated for me, and I wouldn't have to do much in order to be happy with it. And that's true. I think for this kit, all I really add is this Simply Gilded chocolate washi. And I think that's the great thing about kits, especially if you're a beginner and you don't have that collection of washi or supplemental stickers or functional stickers already curated yourself, is putting a little money in these kits so that you can play around and see what actually works and what you don't like. Because just by purchasing some kits and playing with them, I know that there are certain headers I prefer, certain boxes to look out for, and now I can kind of buy, like, there's some really awesome stores that sell, maybe not they sell the whole kit, but then they also sell sheets, like a la carte, and I can jump around and pick out what I want now, because I have a better understanding from buying these kits. And it does save time. So I would definitely recommend Etsy kits, as silly as that sounds, because I know everyone warns against putting too much money in it, but I think they're a good option, especially if you don't want to plop down tons of money for washi. Although it is Black Friday season. Is Black Friday a season? Maybe. Let's say it's Black Friday weekend, and I know a lot of great shops are holding sales. I also know that Michael's is blowing out their washi, so I don't know, maybe now's the time to invest in some new planner supplies if you're interested in planning. And to get back into the actual planning that I'm doing, I just set these little half boxes in the days of the week that I have class, and I like creating these little hubs. If you've seen my videos before, you already know this, but creating the little hubs gives me a space to write in anything that I didn't account for, whereas next to it I usually put a checklist and a little header to remind me of stuff I need to do that day, either during a break I have or after school. So my homework would go there, and anything I didn't remember or that was exposed in class, I can just write in the little hub boxes. And since they're all colorful and awesome, they naturally call my attention to them. And that was working really well. except now that we are ramping up to the very end, it's just not enough, because the quarter seemed all slow when it began, and I think the teachers, no matter how long they've been teaching, it seems to always start off slow, and then eventually they like gear up and they're like, okay, we veered greatly from the lesson plan. Now you have all this other homework that I haven't expressed. Good on you. So it's becoming a little harder to manage using this old system. So that's why I had to move on. Because a lot of things I did not know of at the beginning of the quarter. Yeah, it's getting dropped on my lap now. So I'm thankful I took the time to pre-plan at the beginning of the quarter, though, with the syllabus, because that's very helpful. But for one of my classes, it doesn't even matter anymore, because we are veering so far off course. But oh well, this spread is very pretty. Let's all take solace in that. And I really like these date covers. I have pretty nice handwriting, and I could surely draw a heart and put a number in there, but I don't know, there's something very tactily satisfying when you put down a sticker, I think. And these are just adorable. So I am using my 5-color, what's this pen called? I don't remember. I'll put the name down below. But it's not a Coletto. I think I've moved on, actually. So it's not a Coletto, but it's in the same vein, and it's similarly priced. But I just like the ink that they have available to this one, at least the black ink and the blue ink. So the utilitarian inks, you could get the Uniball Jetstream ballpoint ink, and I think that might be my favorite right now, because I generally like ballpoint pens as long as they're not smeary and they don't do that like weird bubbly thing where the ball gets like jammed up and it just seems like you're dragging across the paper. Yeah, that's not so much fun, but the Uniball Jetstream ink is amazing, which is something you'll also be familiar with if you bought any Hobonichi stuff this year, because they gave you a 3-color Uniball Jetstream pen. But that's kind of off topic. So I have decided with my limited planning experience that I do really like skinny headers, but I have specific wants, I guess, out of my header, and I really don't like the Erin Condren ones that say like little things or I don't like when the font is completely decided for me. So that's why I like using Washi sometimes, because I can use that Uniball broad white pen to write over it sometimes, or I can use a permanent marker to create my own header. But since I didn't want to do that with this orange washi, I've just been utilizing a You and Me Make clear header stickers that I got in an Oops kit that they sold a while back, and it's called Everyday Plans, I think, but it's really fantastic. It definitely has some that I wouldn't use, but I mean, to-dos are to-dos. I have no problem with writing to-do on my header. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but this washi is having a difficult time staying down. It's like bowing in the middle, which is kind of annoying. and weird because none of the other glitter neutrals that I got from Simply Gilded did that. But I think I tamp it down with some more stickers in the end. And yeah, my mind is kind of already in next quarter, and this quarter hasn't even ended. But I'm just looking at my color coding system, and I'm running out of those orange, blue, and green stickers. So next year, when I begin my winter quarter, it's probably going to be maybe pink and purple. And third color, I'm not sure. Maybe another green. But that also means that I will switch up my inks, which shouldn't be a problem. This one's so rambly. I apologize. But look at those heart checklists. Awesome. And also when you buy Etsy kits, I know there's like, do I get the matte? Do I get the matte premium? Do I get glossy? Glossy looks professional. I'll say that, like, it looks like a magazine or something like that. Which is fantastic if you're looking for a purely ephemeral sort of look. If you wanted to use glossy in your planner, I think it would take another step. Just to make it work for you, you'd probably have to carry a specific pen around with you if you wanted to utilize things like checklists or marking things off. But if you were a memory planner, or if you solely plan at home, like you use a giant Erin Condren just for home planning, that would probably work and look really beautiful. But since I do a lot more on the go planning than I anticipated, I think I'm going to stick with the matte kits. And whether I buy matte, premium matte, or like just regular matte removable, that really all depends on the money I have at that point. Because premium matte looks really gorgeous, and it also adds like an air of professional quality to it, but I don't know, I think that's entirely subjective. This kit is matte, but the colors are so saturated and so beautiful that I don't know, I don't regret, or I don't miss having an option like a glossy or a premium matte, because this one, it's just beautiful. Beautiful is beautiful regardless of paper or sticker style. And I know I made such a big deal about how these kits are great if you don't have a collection of other stickers. It just so happens I've purchased way too many stickers, so I pulled in some stuff from one of the most recent MAMBI sticker packs that I got at Hobby Lobby, I think. And I'm also usually not one for quotes, but I don't know, I will employ strength wherever I can find it at this point. So one thing at a time, that's not too frou-frou. I can deal with that. That might actually get me through some particularly boring assignment or something like that. So I don't mind that too much at this point. I understand where the mantras and the sayings come in handy. Now, I don't think it's going to be a regular thing, but definitely in moments of stress, I'll look to diffuse it any way I can. And I'm pretty proud of myself because I used a lot of stuff from this kit. I even put down a to clean. Now, I didn't really actually clean, but that was the goal, let's say. But yeah, I kind of also knew I was never gonna clean. I tried looking for a little cleaning icon, I couldn't find one, so I just wrote LOL because seriously, this isn't, I know me, this doesn't go down. My husband actually does the laundry most of the time. The only thing I kind of do need to always keep clean is kind of my workspace, because I do like it cluttered with a lot of just random junk, a lot of paper, a lot of pens, a lot of little collectibles, but there's a point where it's cluttered and inspirational, and there's a point where it's cluttered and just too much. And by the end of the week, I have veered into the too much territory. Certainly. So I kind of have to keep that up. Otherwise, it just becomes too distracting. And I'm doing this thing where instead of doing homework the day before, or even the day of, like I was doing mainly for my English class, I've been trying to work it out beforehand. Novel, huh? It seems to be working. I think that weekend I decided to implement that because I felt like I was constantly behind. Like everything was getting out on time, but I was just so supremely stressed. And I realized it's because I put everything off to the last minute, and that just increased stress. So I'm trying to play at my homework game a little and change it. So now I'm doing my best to do it as soon as I hear about it. And I think next quarter will only get better. Not that this quarter sucked, it's just I know a little bit more than I did before. And I just added some more of that chocolate washi to the bottom, and then remembering that it has a hard time sticking down, I put these little tiny are those hexagons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, those are hexagon stickers on there. I stopped counting at 5, but I'm at 6. Yeah, it's a good thing this video is almost over, because I'm not with it today, apparently. And this is like kind of my last fall kit. So sad, but it's really beautiful. Oh crap, this isn't over. No. Yeah, I forgot to put in my husband's schedule. I'm trying to be more mindful of the time we have together, so that's kind of also why my homework game changed a little. Because I wasn't really taking his time into consideration, so I'd be like working on homework when we could be just having fun together. But I'm working on it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got some inspiration, and have a great day.